Hey Internet, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Okay, we are back. We want to continue with our building project, or better, I want to continue with my building project, and you just have to watch me while I'm doing this. Okay, today, Sunday, June 29th, and yeah, last time I was talking a little bit about the flow concept. So I picked up a bone. Why have I picked up a bone? But anyways, okay, I picked up a bone. Um, Flow concept. Yeah, I was introducing you to the concept of flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. So, yeah, the author described the flow concept. It's basically if you have some activities, the activities can be split up into smaller tasks, and well, of course, each task requires you a certain skill set, and if your skill set is exactly at the right amount or is well developed, so that the challenge is still challenging for you, but not too challenging so that you feel lost. And on the other hand, that the challenge is not too easy so that you think, okay, I'm bored, then you might be able to enter the state of flow and yeah, get almost lost in it. And this would in the end mean that you can basically get lost in the activity and just forget about time and where you are and so on. You're just doing the activity and you're really enjoying this. And yeah, then I was talking about, okay, this can be also connected to computer games. And so in this case, I want now to introduce you to the connection. But at first, I want to eat something. Let me grab a pork chop. Okay. But at first, I need also to explain a different thing. When you have a task or a task which is pretty much routine, like I don't know, something which is pretty much routine to you, and you feel all the time bored, then there's also the concept or the idea that you can enhance these activities by just adding some additional rules or some additional constraints to make it a little bit more challenging. And by increasing the challenge, you can get again into the state of flow by just, okay, if I have to do this in a certain amount of time, then you have to ouch, or to do it very efficiently or anything like this, and you have to start thinking about, okay, how can I do this efficiently? And then you start increasing again your skill set, and by doing so you're getting better and better over time. And yeah, this is also a way. Okay, we are almost out of cobblestone. I think I need a lot of more cobblestone for my building project. And yeah, so if you're, as I said, if you have a basic task and you feel bored by it, and you have the opportunity to add some additional rules or some additional constraints, then you might be even able to. Oh no, I don't want it to do this. But anyways, then you might be even able to come up with a more motivated way to perform this task, because then you have a new challenge and you have something to do. And well, with a new challenge, your skills aren't well developed to this point. And okay, now I'm stuck here. This is not good. Let me out of here. I want to get out of here. Okay. Then let's do it this way. If I hope I can. No, I can't. I'm stuck. How do I get out of here? Okay, finally. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. This is basically the idea that you can also enhance normal activities with flow if you just add some additional rules to it, and to try it, do it more efficiently, do it much faster. The author himself has also brought up a good example of someone who is working in in the industry, and he has to work his complete day and life with a certain machine, and he is producing all the same, his life long, the same part. And yeah, so he has nothing special to do, but then he started to try. Okay, I like to do it much faster, or I something like this. So he enhanced his or he enhanced the challenge, and by doing so, he really never got bored by this activity, although he was doing it uh, the whole day along. And yeah, his whole life he was just using this machine and producing a certain thing. And but yeah, he never got bored because he enhanced his activities with a certain challenge that he wants to be all the time a little bit faster. And yeah, this is basically the another concept of flow. And I don't want to drown here. Let me grab the last pieces of sand because I also need some glasses at some point. How do I get down there without drowning? I don't know. I can grab sand from a different point. Now let me bring over the sand to my cabin so that I can smelt it over there. Yeah, okay. Now let's think about the bridge to computer games. I said you have a certain task, you have activities, and your skill set is always appropriate to the challenge. And here in computer games, you basically or mostly start off with a tutorial level. You have mostly no real idea what you need to do in a game, so you are pretty inexperienced, but also the tutorial levels or the very first levels are pretty low in their challenge. So you feel completely right when you start a game because the challenge is absolutely right for you. You have enough time to learn the controls, you have enough time to learn the mechanics of the game, and yeah, in this case you feel exactly right where you are. And this is, let me get this iron out there. This is exactly the thing you would like to have. And then what about the time? I think we can go a little bit down to the cave before, or will we run out of time when we arrive down in the cave? We will see. Ouch. Okay, so yeah, you feel absolutely right. And then as soon as you learn the controls, you might get bored like, okay, I know what I need to do, so what's next? And as soon as you, or almost before you enter this state, mostly the game ramps up the challenge and you enter a next level or a next challenge mode or anything like this, and suddenly the game is challenging again, and your freshly learned skills from the tutorial levels are exactly appropriate to exhaust the new challenge. And oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I hope I don't get a creeper surprise here again, like in the last episode. Oh, no, I knocked out the torch. So let me replace a torch here. Maybe this place is a little bit too dark that evil things can spawn here. So maybe even something can spawn down up there. Maybe I need to close off the thing. Okay, I have already created a huge hole here. Yeah, let me just go through this wall again. And yeah, so computer games are a very good example for flow activities because, as I said, once you achieve a certain level, you learn a little bit, your skill level increases, and over time you get better and better in the game. But the challenge of the game also ramps up, and in this case, you always feel challenged, but not too challenged, so that you always be able to get into the state of flow. And this is also one thing why computer games are so interesting, or why it's so easy to get lost in computer games, because yeah, you can all the time feel right at the moment. You can get into the state of flow that you think, okay, this is exactly the right challenge for me. And so yeah, computer games are really a great example for a flow activity. And so the flow concept is often also very often used to explain the way computer games work. And it's also another interesting thing. There is, well, it's a certain trend. It's called gamification. So this is a little bit in the direction I was introducing. I think there is lava on top, isn't it? Because I see here these pixels sometimes popping up. I don't think I should dig into this direction. This could be a little bit unhealthy, and I might discover some lava. and this would not be so good. Yeah, this is a little bit in the direction I was talking at the beginning, that you can enhance a boring activity by adding new constraints. And yeah, gamification is mostly about, okay, we have here, I don't know, we have a certain computer system or so, and we want to enhance a little bit the usability of it. We want to enhance a little bit the motivation of the workers to interact with the system. Let's introduce a gamification system. So while the users do something, um, they can receive maybe something. And there we come back to the feedback complex. And yeah, feedback. I totally forgot about the feedback. Computer games also provide you all the time with feedback. So if you achieve something, you get a new level, or you get some experience points, or if you get a new level or so, you gain some additional strengths, or yeah, all the time you receive something in return if you do something. And this is also the next important thing about flow, that you need to have a constant feedback loop, and computer games always provide a constant feedback loop, because as I said, you get all the time some points, you get all the time some feedback. If you're doing or if you're playing a racing game, you see all the time your lap time. In RPGs or anything like this, you level up, and yeah, or all the time you get something in return for doing something. And this is the next point. And yeah, these getting something. Oh, there's a spider. For doing something, this is, as I said, also the concept of gamification a little bit, because this is not only that there's a challenge, like, okay, if you use a thing, or if you use the system 5 times on a day or so, then you get some experience points or so. No, you get also maybe some badges, or some rewards or anything. So then it's like, okay, if you do, I don't know, if you use the system 5 times a day or so, then you get a certain badge. And in this case, you have on the one hand the reward mechanism, that you can receive a reward for doing something. On the other hand, you have the challenge. Okay, if I'm able to do something 5 times in a row on one day with the system, then I get even rewarded. So you have maybe then a feedback loop, like, okay, there pops something up, like you did it once, then when you do it the second time, it pops up, okay, this was your second time or so. So there you can have a feedback mechanism added to the system. And then you get even a reward for it as soon as you reach the 5 times in a row. And yeah, this is basically the current concept of gamification, or this is a very basic concept of gamification, that you just add some game mechanics, like the reward mechanism, or like some game-like constraints, like do it very fast, like do it very efficiently, or something like this. And yeah, this sums up, and this should increase a little bit the motivation to use a certain system. Okay, yeah, this is a lot of talking. I hope I made my point a little bit clearer, and I explained you well what I like to explain, and I hope you have understood what I was talking about. And if not, don't hesitate, just ask me a question about this whole flow, gamification, flow and computer game concept, and I can explain it a little bit more in detail if you like to, because, well, this is really a huge complex. This is really a huge concept, and it's quite interesting if you start thinking about this. But it's also quite hard to explain, because there are so many different important things. As I said, okay, you have the feedback mechanism, you have the constant feedback loop, you have the reward mechanism, you have the challenge, and you have your very own skill set, and the very own skill set needs to be appropriate to the challenge. So if the challenge is too high, then you feel not right at the position. If the challenge is too low, then you feel bored. And yeah, this is a very complex thing, but it's also quite interesting to think about, and to explore a little bit the way flow works. Okay, so much about this. What do I want to do? I need some sand. What about my sand? I don't know how much glass I do need. I'm almost finished with melting the sand. Maybe I should grab a little bit more sand than cobblestone. Okay, yeah, so much about flow. I think I will remember something I forgot to talk about, and I will continue about this in the next episode. But now I want to talk a little bit more again about on the one hand, I have a nice spaceflight topic I want to talk about, and on the other hand, something more about maybe astronomy. Let's start off with the astronomy topic a little bit, because a very interesting side note. My best friend is also watching this episodes or my Let's Play series, my coffee break, and also the what I'm doing, Lifeless Planet, yes. And so yeah, he was pretty excited in the latest episode of Lifeless Planet, which was released on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. There was a surprise there, and he was also quite surprised as the thing happened and so on. So this is cool. And on the other hand, after I'm not quite sure if I was the inspiration or if the inspiration came from a different point. Was that I after I explained this the solar solstice thingy with the midsummer. He was interested in buying a telescope and maybe just observe the moon or maybe observe a star or something like this. And yeah, now he bought a telescope, and unfortunately all the time the weather was cloudy and he hadn't had the opportunity to use this telescope and to get some experience. But this is pretty cool. And yeah, if you're now watching this episode, just feel greeted by myself. You're welcome for watching this episode, and please continue. So yeah, this is pretty cool. But telescopes, although I'm pretty much interested in astronomy and spaceflight and so on, I do not own a telescope myself. Well, I was watching at some point through some telescopes, and yeah, this is quite interesting. But on the other hand, these things are quite expensive. If you're just buying a cheap one to have a telescope and to do something with it, you might risk that you're not getting really happy with it, because then I don't know, the optics aren't right, or the thing is unstable, or I don't know. There are so many things which can have an effect or affect your interest or what do I wanted to do? I wanted to grab some sand. Your interest in using the telescope and to watch through it. And yeah, so on the one hand, a cave. I don't have a telescope myself, and yeah, I don't think that I really want to buy one, because there are some. On the one hand, I don't know if I buy some. I'm not quite sure if I'm the right person for something like this, if I'm really a telescope person also, because well, at one point, yeah, looking through it would be quite interesting, and I think I can do it once or twice or so. But at some point, I would have the fear that okay, I watch through it, and then the thing is quite heavy or so, so it needs a lot of preparation. It's not so easy. Like okay, now I like to do something. Let's set up the telescope. No, you need to maybe prepare a little bit. You need to bring the thing to a good spot, because if you are trying to observe stars or something from the city, you might have the problem of the light pollution. And yeah, in this case, I do not own a telescope by myself, but it's quite interesting, and I'm looking forward to hear when he is doing his first observations, if he really is able to observe the moon, if everything is working well, and so on. Why is there a zombie in the water? How is there a zombie getting... Oh no, I opened up the way for the water. Why is there a zombie walking in the water? Okay, so this is pretty cool. And yeah, I just wanted to mention this, and I just wanted also to talk about that I do not own a telescope, and Yeah, as I said, I don't think that although I have interest in this topic, that I would be really a good telescope person because mainly of the reason here I would do it once, I would do it twice, but then I might get bored after I saw something like I saw the moon. Okay, at some point, yeah, I saw the moon, or what's next? So. Yeah, I don't know if I really have a very long motivation. Okay, now I can start thinking about let's combine it with some flow activities or so. But I don't know if this would be the. Am I out of? Yeah, I'm out of coal again. Okay. And no cobblestone, no smooth stone. Okay. Yeah. So much about me and telescopes. I do not own one. It's still interesting to look through a telescope, but yeah, I don't think that I would be really a good person for owning one. So yeah, so much about this. And unfortunately, the sun is setting already, so the spaceflight topic has to wait a little bit for the next episode I wanted to talk about, because, well, I think this is a quite lengthy episode and I have a lot of interesting ideas and a lot of things to talk about innovation in spaceflight and so on. And yeah, I think I can't fit it now into the episode of, or I can't fit it into a 1 minute comment or so. So in this case, yeah, do I have? I just want to check if if I can earn a little bit, or if I can harvest a little bit of my wheat. Otherwise, do I have a very short topic I can cover within 1 minute? I don't know. I don't know. I can't come up with a topic apparently. I can mention within 1 minute. This is sad. This is really sad. Can I grab some wool? I might try this. Before the sun is really setting and all the evil things are popping out. So let me grab some wool. And the black wool from the black sheep of the family. You remain in there. Okay, let's run over here. Yeah, okay, I don't know. I think, because before I start coming up with some strange topics, because, a creeper. Okay, apparently we can end the episode with some fights against some evil creepers. Okay, he got defeated, and let's make our way back home to the cabin, and then I can really end this episode. So I hope you liked this flow and telescope-like episode, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching this, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode when we continue with our building and coffee break and whatnot project. In this case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this, and I hope, as I already said, you will be joining me in the next episode. In this case, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!